You know, I don't think Ready Player One is the appropriate title for this movie. It needs a new one. What could it be? I got it! Ready Player One, or as I'm calling it right now, because about 99% of this movie is references. References in pop culture, film, TV, games, comic books, anime. It's all in here. Directed by Steven Spielberg, it's based on a 2011 novel of the same name, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I knew absolutely nothing about Ready Player One until the trailer came out. But it caught my interest, so I decided to see it. And it's Spielberg, you can't go wrong with that. Except for War of the Worlds. The movie is more or less kind of like a sci-fi future version of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory in some way. So there's a lot of familiar elements. It stars Ty Sheridan as Wade Watts, and funny thing is, his character says in the movie that his dad picked that name because it sounded like a comic book character. And oddly enough, Ty Sheridan was Cyclops in X-Men Apocalypse. So every time he had the visor on, I just thought, you know, it's Cyclops, but it's not Cyclops. What happens is, in the future, it is just a total piece of crap. Like, there's kidnappings, there's drugs, there's wars, and all this stuff that's just bad. And the only place that people can go to escape is this place called the Oasis. That's basically a virtual reality world. Imagine if an MMO game mixed with the Oculus, and they just decided to make a whole space for everybody to do anything they want. Honestly, most of the time you're watching the movie, was more interested in everything going on in the Oasis. I thought it was really good. I mean, the visuals, just the animation, the way everybody's moving, and the characters. By characters, I mean, like, every reference you could possibly put in a sci-fi movie is there, and I loved it. I can't tell you all the references in this movie because, honestly, I lost count, because there's way too many. Only this movie could have the Joker, Harley Quinn, Spawn, the Iron Giant, and Overwatch characters, and Chucky from Child's Play all in the same scene fighting side by side. And people, that's just the tip of the iceberg of the references in this movie. The movie didn't really drag for the most part. It actually flowed pretty well. The only time I really felt like it slowed down was when they were in the real world. And that's one thing a lot of people have been saying and that I agree with, is you really are more interested into everything going on in the Oasis than you are in the real world. A lot of good, clever commentary in this movie, too. Example, there's, you know, since they're in a virtual world, and our main character meets the girl Artemis, and he has a crush on her, he's completely attracted to her, and his friend basically says, you know, you don't know who that is, for all you know, it's a big old fat dude in Detroit. And the story's pretty simple. But I liked the main characters. They were fine. All the characters work really well together. They all have really good chemistry. And honestly, I liked the girl character, Artemis, a lot better. I thought she was pretty cool. But other than that, everyone else is just, they work. There are a couple issues I have with the movie. One in particular, which promised I wouldn't spoil this, but there's just this thing that happens, and I thought to myself, alright, where the hell were the... Sorry, but all I can say is about the movie is that it's good, and if you like anything comic book or video game or just film like related, you're gonna find it in this movie. And that makes it worth seeing. I'm honestly going to go back and see it just to see if I missed anything, because I got about 99% of all the references in this movie. So yeah, the movie was, like I said earlier, it was good. I liked the story, I liked the characters, I liked the setting, I loved everything in the Oasis. I'm gonna give this movie a solid 8 out of 10 stars. It's a good popcorn flick with a good story, and I recommend everybody see it, especially if you like references and anything geeky related. Pop cultural references, video games, movies, comic books, anime, you're going to find it in this movie. So I recommend you go see it. Alright, there's my review of Ready Player One. If you guys like what you see here, go ahead and subscribe down below. Let me know what you thought of the movie too. What references did you get? I'm interested to hear. If you want to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, the links to those are in the description box below. But other than that, peace be with y'all, have a nice day, and I will see you next time.